Yeah, it's weird. Like my first question was really like, are you a plant?
Am I a plant?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
no.
you're just a random contestant.
I literally, this is the first. This sound. I mean, are we recording?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah. I just run right into it.
This was my first thing I've ever applied for. So it's my first game show.
Wow.
I mean, technically, my wife and I think we applied for Amazing Race like 10 years ago, but like she did it. So like I never got talked to a casting agent.
No, just random human.
I'm just a random dad who's
Yeah.
a sales leader who got laid off by his job last April
Yeah.
and was like, I cold called a modeling agency. I'm like, hey, let me do something more creative. Didn't get any gigs from them. And I saw on a casting website, like Beast Games.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I can be the cool dad to my 9-year-old.
And you knew who MrBeast was, obviously.
Yeah, I have two boys. My oldest is Jack, loves MrBeast. At the time he was 8.
Yeah.
And so he introduced me to MrBeast and we started watching. And obviously seen MrBeast on Rogan, but I never really knew what the hell he did until my son. And then his little brother has a rare disease. So I'm like, gosh, if I can get on this game show, like I get to be cool dad to Jack, and I can maybe talk about this rare disease to the world, because it's MrBeast. It's going to be all over the world.
Yeah. And so prior to this, you were laid off of a job?
Yeah, I was leading a sales team for a healthcare startup, and I got laid off like I think it was last April. And applications for this were due in May.
Had you been in healthcare like your whole life?
Whole life. Yeah, I grew up in Ohio, played football in college. Then after that, went and did kind of medical device sales, and then healthcare sales. So I was just in sales and sales leadership for 20 years.
Do you think that helped you win the games?
Sales?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, being able to communicate and listen to people was huge. I mean, this was a very social game.
What was the hardest part?
I mean, being away from the kids and the wife is not easy.
I meant of the game.
Oh,
not just obviously.
It's balancing like your values and like who do you want to be, but also like eventually you're gonna have to go against your best friends. So it's just like always kind of like, and it's a miracle that I won, like because I was always trying to help my friends get further. But yeah, just kind of having that balancing act where like, should I take a bribe and eliminate all these people?
Did you have? I'm assuming I mean, you're obviously older of age. Did you have money? You already had some money. It's not like you were broke.
Yeah, I wasn't broke, but I live in the Bay Area. I mean, it's like middle class in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
So it's I mean, and my wife, we've been married 10 years, been together almost 15, and she's in her parents are immigrants, so like she knew how to like stretch a dollar, save a dollar. So she taught me more about money. So I was like, we have a good foundation with money. It's not like I owed a bunch of money in debt.
Yeah.
Owe money on my house, but that was it.
Yeah. So you get 10 million just wired to you, right? That's what it is?
Like, yeah. I mean, it's like
a $10 million wire.
$10 million wire, like no taxes taken out. And I didn't.
But you have to pay taxes on it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think like Jimmy kind of like MrBeast goes like, okay, like his team had a conversation with me. He had a conversation with me. He was like, you have to pay your taxes. He goes, because he loves to do huge things, but he can't do it if I didn't pay my taxes.
Yeah, of course not. So how much is taxes off that 10 mil? 4?
If I didn't do anything with it, it'd be 5, a little over 5.
So I hate the government so much for that. I deal with that obviously, but
well, especially in California too. I mean, like it's just, the highest bracket is 14.4%.
Yeah, it's fucking.
And so, so for me, it's like but I have charitable deductions. We're trying to find a cure for my son's rare disease. So obviously starting a foundation, that's tax exempt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I won't pay 50%, but if I didn't do anything, it'd be 50%.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
What is the first thing that you bought with 10 million?
We didn't do anything too crazy. I wish I had, like, we went on a family vacation to Maui.
Yeah.
And we didn't, like, my wife, one of the reasons why we're good financially is like she looks at every penny and we're like, hey, we're not looking at anything we spend, whatever food, whatever toys, whatever they want to do, we're doing.
Yeah.
And it was a blast.
That sounds amazing.
It was good.
So that have there ever been another time in your life when you had a bunch of money? Were you able to live like that?
I never, in my kind of professional career, like I've been successful enough where if I want to go do something, I can do it.
Yeah.
But not like to take a like really nice resort, really nice dinners. Like I'm always trying to like save up. How can I use points for miles or
Right.
But this was the first time where we just said, hey, doesn't matter what the cost is.
Yeah.
Let's freaking do it.
So it just kind of just added to it sounded like your existing life like really well.
Yeah, I mean, everybody asks like, how much? Gosh, is your life just transformed? Yes, I mean, obviously, I have $10 million. Like, I don't have to go back to a W-2 job anytime soon. I get to make sure that my son Lucas, who's got a rare disease, is taken care of for life, and also start to fund research. But like,
what is that disease?
It's called creatine transporter deficiency.
Yeah, I saw this is why you were trying to call Elon Musk. He thought he was going to be able to help you with that, huh?
Well, I mean, because the way I looked at Elon, I mean, you watched the episode.
Yeah.
So, Elon, creatine is like the energy source for the brain. You've obviously taken creatine.
Yeah, I take creatine every day.
Yeah. But it was always like, it was always for kind of gym culture or athletics, but now like people take it just normally for their brain.
Oh, it's one of the best supplements on the planet.
Yeah.
Which is crazy now because now it's like we get 90% of it from China and there's like 100% tariff.
You gotta get, but Germany has really good creatine. So you either get it from China or Germany.
Yeah.
But it's the energy source for the body. One of the energy sources. So I go Tesla, energy, and then I go brain, which is Lucas's condition, impacts his brain, Neuralink. I'm like, can Elon spend a couple cycles with his team and kind of go, okay, how can I get the energy to the brain?
Yeah, it's that Neuralink shit's crazy. It seems like it's gonna be like the future of us. But it's almost weird because it's like we're just gonna turn into fucking robots. I swear that's what's gonna happen.
I think it's happening.
Part human, part robot.
Well, especially with, I mean, just AI, self-driving vehicles. Like, man, I think things are gonna look really different in 5 years.
You know what I'm really interested. The reason why I asked you earlier, like if you're a plant, is because like, why was your initial thought after winning the Beast Games and making $10 million to go do podcasts? Because it's like you like went straight into like internet culture.
Yeah, I mean, so for me, the reason I got on Beast Games was to talk about my son.
Okay.
And to spread awareness about this condition. So my thing is, the more people who can hear about this, maybe there's a researcher, at, call it Columbia or University of Miami, who's like, oh my gosh, like I've been researching creatine. I think I have an idea of how to get it to the brain.
So his brain is just not holding it well. It's not.
His brain doesn't get it. So his body makes it fine. Creatine is arginine and glycine kind of combined.
Right.
His body makes it, gets into the blood, but once it gets to the brain, the transporter that takes it into the brain or the muscles, it's a specific gene, is broken. So his brain doesn't get any creatine at all.
What's his quality of life like?
It's severely impacted. So he's 7. His brain doesn't function like a 7-year-old, isn't developed. So he's probably around like a year and a half cognitively.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's serious.
Yeah. So it's he's rare disease special needs. There's only a few hundred of them in the world. So it's not like, Pfizer or some big companies working on it because it's just not big enough. And I get it. I don't blame them at all.
Yeah.
But
damn, that's interesting.
Yeah. So my thing is, can I get out and keep telling his story so that maybe there's one researcher who goes, gosh, I can help. Or one family's like, I never even knew there was anybody else who had CTD.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to reach out.
Why do you think, and this is just like it has nothing to do with any of this stuff, but it has to do with your son and this disease. Why do you think certain people are just dealt certain hands like that? Like it's like a weird.
I love it. You want to go deep?
Yeah, I got curious.
Yeah, no, I think Lucas's soul chose this body.
Okay.
I think like.
So you then believe in multiple lives in a sense, almost. Yeah.
I mean,
just to make that assumption.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so I believe that like his soul said, hey, like maybe we made a contract in another life where like I said, hey, like I need to learn a lesson, but I need you to come back as my son.
Have you seen the egg story?
No.
Oh my God, pull it up. The egg story? Yeah, the egg story. We're not gonna watch the whole thing because it's like 5 minutes long, but you should watch this. Basically, it's this animated story about this guy dies, and then he's like, "What about my family and all this stuff?" And it'll pull up here, and he starts to just mute that, and he starts to talk to this being that is representative of God, and he was saying that like basically, you are you, but you are also every other person obviously not at the exact same time,
Yeah.
all experiencing life in sort of different stages. Like you experience your life, I experience my life, I learn, I grow, I learn, I grow. And the idea is like, you know, you continuously on any timeline, like if you go back, you die and you go back and live this life here, you live this life, you live almost every life until you basically are God himself. And then the idea is essentially that, like that we're just living, you know, because when people talk about the connectedness of like people and, you know, do good to others, because it's almost like you're doing good to yourself. It's just a significant thing. You should watch this when you get a chance. It's describing exactly what you're saying.
I'll check it out, but what you're saying is exactly what I believe. I believe that we're here to kind of get closer to God, like communion with God. And God is not, in my mind, it's like an energy too. It's like the ultimate cause and effect. Like you can't run from it.
Yeah.
So I think that Lucas is here to teach mom and dad lessons.
Yeah.
And I think his soul is like, he looks at me with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, he suffers, but he looks at me with his eyes and is like, hey, Dad, I'm okay. Like, I hope you're learning the lesson. Like, I chose this body so you can learn your lesson.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah.
Super tough.
Yeah. It's, you know, and obviously it gives me peace of mind to think that maybe we made this contract together. But he's a happy boy. Like, I mean, he doesn't have enough cognitive development to like think about tomorrow or worry about yesterday.
It's almost like a dog.
He's also but he's in the zone every day.
Yeah.
Like he's happy. So but
it's weird because like imagine this was a fixable thing. Let's say it was able to be fixed in the next 5 years. Would that mean he would have to start from a younger age, obviously at an older age, and then like integrate?
Every doctor or researcher we talk to say, hey, if we get creatine to his brain, like you'll see a marked difference. Like you'll see he's not going to catch up. He's not going to like take him, you know, he's not going to be 22 when he's actually 28. Like he will be kind of developmentally behind, but he will be able to do stuff on his own. You know, it's like right now he needs help with almost everything.
Damn, that's fucking rough.
But yeah, it's, man, I'm telling you, like he inspired me to get on a game show and win $10 million.
Yeah, it's almost
which
like
is crazy.
Yeah, it's like winning the lottery in a sense. It's like it's interesting that you're the guy that won it in this all circumstantial, like considered as strange.
It's a miracle. Like, I mean, it's one of these things where it's like, when I showed up on the first day, I look around and it's like people your age and younger. And I'm like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like I didn't know anybody. I didn't know a soul. But luckily I made some quick friends but I was just like, what the hell am I doing here?
So to win, what was the hardest part? Because there is that weird back and forth of like, eventually you have to knock people off.
Yeah, but you just have to know when to play and when to not. Like it's like, because like you can step up and be a leader.
It's like gambling.
Yeah. So you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Like you really have to. There's times where you want to step up, be a leader, and there's times where you need to blend in and like just not step in the shit. And being good at knowing when to like shut up that's funny. Was important.
Yeah, I'm like, got me thinking because they want me to do this Strong and Smart, the new game that they're casting for now. I kind of want to do it now.
I think you have to.
Fuck.
Like, I mean,
just for the experience almost. But I feel like it sounds so lame. My fear is like I win, and because I already have social media presence, they're gonna be like, "You're a fucking asshole. Like, why would you go try to win this money? You already have money."
Well, you can do whatever you want with it. So
that's true. I'd have to give away most of it.
But or you could invest it in some really cool stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I mean, I think that's a good problem to have. Why don't you go win it and see what happens?
Yeah. But then I'm so competitive. Like if I don't win it, I'll be so hard on myself.
That's what got into me is like, as we got further in the game, like the athlete in me is like, I want to win. Like I want to advance.
That's so funny. So what was it like meeting Jimmy? Is he like the same guy?
Yeah. I mean, when you're first in the show with 1,000 people, like you don't get to talk to him.
Right. Makes sense.
So I really didn't talk to him till like the top 10, maybe the top 20, but he's, you want to talk about competitive. He's like super competitive. We had a game night where we were playing like Catan, and like he would not let anybody beat him.
Yeah. He's a very, obviously he got to where he's at in his life super competitive, but I remember playing, I think they were playing poker after we did an interview with him with Nelk, and then he's just like he smashed Steiny.
He's just dialed in. Yeah, like anything he does, he's dialed in.
Big time gambler.
Is he?
He's locked. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
It's dope. It's dope. He's good at it. You can tell. I mean, the guy's smart.
Do you bet on games, or what's your?
I like blackjack.
Yeah.
And I gamble in general,
Yeah.
but like I was watching them play, and it was like you could tell he was just like he obviously has money. He didn't care about that, but he's just smart. He's good at it.
Yeah, super smart. When he wants to do something, he does it like all the way.
So you created a foundation for your son with the money. That was the main thing.
We're doing it right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it takes longer than we thought, but yeah, the ultimate aim is how do we fund research? And I think I'm blessed to have a wife who's looks at this not just as a problem, but like Lucas is a gift to us. But not every family's like this. Like I think there's a lot of families that obviously don't have $10 million that we need to try to help. And the best way to do it is, can we fund research to get creatine to their brain? So, fast forward 10 years, a child who's born with it can get diagnosed and have a treatment within a week.
Yeah. You didn't want to buy a Ferrari or something?
I mean, sports cars weren't really my thing. But I mean,
you didn't think about it?
I mean, I've seen some, like I like nice classic Porsches would be.
Oh yeah.
A 1960 Porsche would be sweet.
Yeah. So nothing crazy like that?
Not yet. I mean,
Okay.
One of the big things for me was like, hey, we're no rush. I didn't have any of these giant kind of dreams. Like I need something, but like I'll eventually have to get a bigger house for my son.
Yeah.
We live in the Bay Area. We live in kind of like a shoebox.
Dude, I can't imagine living back in the Bay right now. It's just so expensive. I think it's expensive here, but the Bay is like...
The Bay's ridiculous.
It's absurd what they've done.
Well, and it's just weird because it's like even like winning $10 million there, like so many people get minted millionaires overnight with all these startups. So it's like, it's not that big of a deal there. It was a huge deal for us because we've never hit it big on any startups.
Yeah.
But it's just a weird world. It's a weird world where that's where all the ideas happen.
Yeah. Are you going to start playing the lottery now or what?
No, gosh.
You think you got it?
No, yeah. I mean, I am, my luck has been good lately, but like I was a gambler. I was not that good. So I stopped gambling. And the moment I stopped gambling, the moment money started coming to me. It was nuts. So for me, it's like, okay, there's no reason to go back to it.
Fair. So there was never another point in your life where you had like really good luck? Or was it when was it worst in your life?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been lucky to make good fortune out of whatever comes my way. You know, one of my mantras is find beauty in the bumps. I mean, I've gone through enough challenges and stuff, but like I eventually find my way out, and as long as I learn my lesson, I keep going. But I mean, I feel like I've been fortunate. But gambling was not my thing. I loved blackjack, but I'd always get popped.
Oh, that's fair. It's all about the bank. It's all about the bankroll and then being able to stop.
So where do you play here? I mean, or do you have to go to Vegas? I mean,
Vegas.
Okay.
I play online too. I don't play here, obviously because the rules, but I play online on Roulette.
What's your favorite casino to play in Vegas?
I play at the Red Rock.
Okay.
Because they treat me really well there.
Yeah.
And it's like it's
Fun.
a nice
It's an awesome
vibe
resort.
there.
It's kind of a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on set, what was the hardest thing to deal with besides not being able to speak to your family?
Well, I realize this is kind of like you gathering intel for season 2. I love it.
Yeah.
It's just you literally don't have your phone. You don't have your computer. You're wearing a uniform all day. So you're wearing these kind of weird kind of polyester pants and shirt. So it's like this adult summer camp, but you have no access to the outside world. So it's like there's sometimes where like you want to be alone. You're like, oh, man, I just need to recharge. But then you realize like you need to step up your social game because you need to lean on people to get through challenges.
So that's the thing. I guess what they set it up in a way where like it's like you all have to work together, but then only one person really wins.
Yeah, it's
a mind fuck.
MrBeast could be a psychologist. It's a total mind fuck. And the people who went the furthest were, and I don't know if it's kind of happenstance or if it's like because of the games, they were the ones who actually helped others. Like the gal who I went against in the final challenge had turned down $1 million twice for other people. She could have taken $1 million and eliminated 60 people. She didn't do it. She could have taken $1 million and no one else would have got eliminated. She didn't do it.
So what that, because that just allows you that they're less likely to vote you off because they're like, oh, this person's good.
Exactly. I mean, like she was committed to going to the end, like, and obviously that was showed. But also she's super high integrity. She didn't want to. People chose her to represent them. She didn't want to screw them over and say, "Hey, I'm going to eliminate you and take $1 million." Those are the people who typically went the furthest.
How'd you know to pick the briefcase, the one right away? Like, how'd you first try is crazy.
First try, yeah. It's weird. Like I was like, as an athlete, I was like in the zone. Like I was just remarkably calm that whole day. But like the number 6 kept popping up to me the days before. I got handed key number 6. I was in bunk number 6. I said a prayer that had 6 words in it. Like just the number 6. And then so when I look down and you see the lazy Susan with the briefcases, and I saw it was numbered, I'm like, it's got to be 6. And so that's where I started from. So like when I took off the blindfold, as long as there was a briefcase in front of 6, that's where I was starting. And I went around and I tried to like pressure test her, like try to see like, are you giving me any clues to make me not choose 6? And she didn't.
Damn.
I mean, so yeah, it's a little bit of luck. Could be divine. It could be I incepted it. Who knows? But yeah, like it was crazy.
Yeah. I wonder, I mean, because it was the biggest sort of winning of like an ever of all time on TV. You know that, right? Like or TV or scripted, any sort of reality.
Yeah, it was the largest reality game show prize ever. And it started off, it was $5 million until that last final episode. So
Yeah.
one of my friends, Gage, flipped a coin. And just for people out there watching, so there was 6 of us left, and they rolled out a whole nother pyramid of $5 million in cash. So there's $10 million literally in US dollars sitting there on set. And Jimmy goes, if you flip this coin and you call it right, the prize goes to $10 million for everybody. But if you get it wrong, you get eliminated. So you want to talk about a gambler?
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah. So my buddy Gage, who's like traditionally quiet, kind of like in big groups, I got to know him. He's a good friend of mine. Just kind of got these huge balls the last couple challenges. Grabs the coin and says, "I'm doing it." And he called it tails, and guess what? It was tails. I mean, that was my favorite moment of the entire games. It was unbelievable. It was so cool.
Yeah, it's. I wonder where they go with it. Like for the next games, the Smart and Strong one that I know they're setting up currently because I've been talking to them. But I wonder how much bigger the prize thing gets, because it seems like in MrBeast fashion, it's just like more absurd.
It has to be. And I mean, have you you know John Uche?
I don't.
Okay. John Uche has this awesome behind the scenes, a YouTuber, has an awesome behind the scenes on the final episode. And like 20 minutes after I won, he's interviewing MrBeast. And he's like, how do you top this? And MrBeast is like, oh, don't worry, we will.
Yeah.
That's just how he does it. It's like one big spectacle after another. So I personally cannot wait to watch season 2. Like I think it's going to be so much bigger than season 1. I think it'll be much more kind of tougher gameplay. I think people will be.
Wasn't this? It was also like the most watched show in like of this type of show in like forever.
I don't know.
The numbers on Amazon were insane, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it was number 1 every week.
Can you pull up how many people viewed it? I think it was like 80 million or some crazy shit.
And it's all over the world. I mean, like I get DMs from Brazil, from India, Pakistan. Like
you get girls sliding your DMs now?
I really haven't got a ton. The good news is, and like, because this is something my wife was always like, hey, like, are you going to have a bunch of girls sliding your DMs? The final episode, I like kind of professed my love to my wife and talked about my family. And they know it's like, if you're sliding into my DMs as a girl, like, man, you got a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I was just fucking messing with you.
But it's, I mean, obviously there's some people like, oh, I love you, or you're so handsome. But,
yeah, you got that. You got that.
Nothing
that,
crazy.
That, what's that? What do they say? That gray fox,
Silver fox.
Silver fox. Yeah, fire. It's good. It's a good look.
Oh, hell, I'll take it. It's like in now.
So, fuck, man. You like social media?
I didn't.
Okay.
So like this is like totally new to me. I had like 500 followers on Instagram in December.
What was your perspective of people who did social? Like, obviously, Jimmy's an outlier as far as like someone who does social media at such a massive scale. But what was your perspective of just people who do social media before you were like kind of in the mix?
I think my favorite subscription is YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
So I paid for YouTube Premium. That's where I take in all my information is on YouTube. So a ton of respect for YouTubers and content creators. I just never even thought like I could ever do it.
Yeah.
So, but like social media in general, it's a time suck, you know?
Yeah.
But like if you're using it as a business, I mean, it's awesome. You get to go direct to your consumers, direct to your clients or customers, and they literally can pay you directly.
Yeah. It's amazing, man. I guess so.
What got you into it?
Oh, that's a good question. Man, I've talked about this before, but it's funny because I was basically just a fucking a nerd that loved playing video games and working out, like genuinely. And I remember playing video games and what I would do because I was so kind of obsessed with like my life and what my life was going to be like and what, you know, because I lost my father when I was young. So I was always worried about like the future and like how was I going to end up?
Yeah.
And so very young, obviously I was into video games because it's like, I'm 35. So it was like Halo, Warcraft, World of Warcraft, all this shit. And I would sit and play video games after like, you know, football practice and shit. And I would always be like, man, I really like two things. I really liked working out and I really liked playing video games. So I was like, how do I make money doing that? So I would look at websites that at the time were like business websites. I don't know why. I was just like gravitated towards like business stuff or like new things that were happening in that area. And I just remember reading an article on this website called CNET at the time where they were saying how e-commerce and social media was going to change the world. And this is back when I was like 16. So
are you kidding? That's cool.
yeah. And I had like, I remember I started so I was like, oh, I'm going to start a Twitter, which now obviously is called X. And I was like, I'm going to figure out how to make, and I'm like 16 thinking like this. So I made a Twitter and I opened it up and I'm like, how do I get anyone to give a fuck about anything? Yeah. Like I could write something and 0 views, nothing, right? And I'm like, I don't know how to do this shit. But I kind of stuck to it. I obviously stuck to video games because that was very easy to stick to. Working out, very easy to stick to. And then I would just, like every day, because I was on the computer, I would look at this site and they said this new app is going to come out. It's called Instagram. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll download it. And I remember I downloaded this app. This is like now years later, right? But I was obsessed kind of with looking to try to figure out what the next apps were going to be because they kept saying how social media was going to change the world and it was going to change e-commerce. So I downloaded Instagram, like I want to say maybe a couple months after it came out in like late October 2010. And I remember just telling people, yo, follow me on Instagram. Like I was a gym bro at this time. Yeah. So I was a trainer and I was a gym bro. And I would tell people to follow me on Instagram and people were like, the fuck is Instagram? And this is back when you couldn't get it on Android. So if someone had Android, they'd be like, I can't even download the app. And I just remember thinking like this was going to be it. Not like, oh, I was going to make what it is today, what it is. I had no idea. I just thought like this would be my foot in to try to make money on the internet. Because I was like, oh, if I can make money on the internet, then
I can do what I want.
I can play video games and work out. Exactly.
Brilliant.
And eventually it became a thing just because I was a trainer and I was posting my clients' progress, posting what I look like, posting like, you know, there was no videos at the time. So it was just like visuals. And it turned into way more than I just thought it ever would because in the beginning, fitness was one of the most popular things, and it's still very, very popular and relevant on social media, but it was like one of like the most popular things. And I just I nailed it, I guess, timing wise, like how old I was, my ability to post and like look a certain way at the right time. And I was competing in like these bodybuilding competitions. And so I had enough to show. And it just took off. Once video came out, then I started to really go viral because I was like also strong and good at like, you know, jumping out of pools and doing all these things that would go viral. And this is back when Instagram, like in its first iteration, if you got on the explore page, which is like, you know, now, you know, we look and it's like based on who you like and who you follow and what you already watch. And they have the whole algorithm more built out to like direct you where your interests kind of already are. Back in the day, it was like you'd post something and if you were popular enough and it got viral fast enough that it would sit on this explore page and there was like 6 different versions, but it was always the same. If you had Instagram, then you had the same 6 pages. So I would get on the explore page and get like 200,000 followers.
Crazy. I mean, that's like, how old were you at the time?
I had to be in my early 20s, maybe like 23, 24.
And it's got to be cool to like go, I have this idea. I'm reading this. I think I'm going to lean into it. And next thing you know, you got a couple.
Well, yeah, I look back at my Twitter in 2008, and I look back and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I didn't know. I didn't know like, oh, this is going to be what I didn't know I was going to be doing podcasting then. At the time when it started to blow up, I guess I was just blessed in the fact that like the right timing, the right place, like the right age, and the right niche that was really successful on a platform that obviously when it started, it's all visual based. It's like, so if you look good, then that was doing really well. Cause obviously, I don't want to say obviously everyone's super fucking vain, but part of Instagram is like the people who get more success on it faster is like the vainness of it, right? Cause it's like, you see the girls who can get on Instagram and start OnlyFans and make millions of dollars just cause they're hot chicks.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
It's
make more money than you.
How long, dude, how long has that been going on?
Bro, fuck.
Is that like the last 5 years?
Yeah, I'd say like the last 8 years.
Those numbers are ridiculous.
Well, then, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. I really used to go like, who the fuck is buying this shit? Like, what? There's really dudes. And because it's not just one girl, there's like thousands and thousands of girls.
And obviously, there's got to be a cut for the company. So for them to make that much, how much more is being spent? So that's what I don't get. Like, to your point, like, who is paying for this?
Yeah, obviously, it seems like everyone, but I don't know anyone who
I know,
does it.
that's the same with me.
I don't get it. I don't understand that. That's a whole crazy conversation, man. That's the whole sex industry. It's a version of that, right?
Yeah.
Where that's like never ending. Well, I guess one of the most popular professions, I guess.
It's been around forever.
Yeah, but it's. I think that's also really poisoning the fuck out of the future, for sure.
Yeah, it's
because girls are like, why go to college if hot girls, whatever? Why even just the hottest girls? Like it's like any girls at this point. Like why do this if I can just do that?
I know it's
weird.
Yeah, I didn't have, when I met my wife, like there was Match.com, but it wasn't an app.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't meet her online, but like I was on Match before that, and I was like, but like I never had done any app dating. I just can imagine how like that's got to be so dangerous.
Bro, nowadays it's like I feel like 100% of people just meet on an app.
Yeah.
Whether it's Instagram or some other app.
But it's like you can go to any city and just turn it on, and it's just yeah. I mean, I think this generation's in a weird spot.
Yeah, they're cooked.
Relationships.
It's fucked. It's
Yeah.
really bad, man. I mean, you came in here, I was like, you have 2 kids, you got a wife. I was like, fuck, it's the hardest thing for me is figuring that out. It's tough.
Do you want it?
Yeah. Yeah. I've had versions of it in the past that like, because of where my focuses were at the time, it wasn't conducive to those things working, and then it's like, you look back and you're like, time also goes so fast, obviously in general, but in this space and how you're focused, you have to constantly be like, okay, what's next content creation wise, that it doesn't really give you much time to breathe and like look at the rest of your life. And that's the weird sort of.
I think that's why you have to go on Beast Games. You need a reset.
Yeah, I need to get off of my
really
fucking
do.
phone. Huh?
But I'm telling you, like you're at an age where you're like I was 34, 35 when I got married.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, like the nice thing about being a man is it doesn't matter what age you are.
Thank God. Yes.
But like, dude, you'll find it.
Yeah, yeah. Now I've been getting closer.
Go to a different country.
Go to a different country
where someone doesn't know who you are.
Yeah. So wait, your wife is your wife an import or something? It sounds like
No. So
you're not a passport, bro.
No. Her parents came from Hong Kong and China in like the 60s. So she's American-born Chinese.
She's been here.
Oh yeah, she's born and raised here. Born and raised in California.
Is she talking any shit about Trump and the tariffs or what?
She hasn't, not yet. No. No, it's too funny. No, it's but it's a crazy time.
Does she speak Mandarin?
Do I?
Does she speak Mandarin?
She speaks Cantonese.
Oh, Cantonese.
So Cantonese is what they speak in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Mandarin is most mainland.
Yeah, that's cool.
You speak any other languages?
No, I wish.
Well, I mean, growing up in the Bay, you should have Spanish.
I learned a little bit.
Yeah.
I dated mostly Hispanic chicks, so like I know a bit. I know the angry words.
Yeah, exactly. You can understand it.
Yeah. When she gets mad, is she speaking in Cantonese?
No, but I mean, like she'll talk to her sister.
Do your kids know?
No, Cantonese is like so hard to learn.
Yeah.
Trying to teach my kids, trying to teach Jack Spanish.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I wish I knew more. I can speak a little bit of Spanish, but I need another
Do
language.
you find yourself now $10 million richer, minus whatever, some taxes, some investments? Do you find yourself now liking social media more?
I like it so much more than I thought I would. Like
Yeah.
I expected me to kind of go, okay, I have to do this because again, like how else? Like it would just be stupid for me to win $10 million and think that. So to cure rare disease, you need like 50 million or more.
Yeah.
So my $10 million is a drop in the bucket. So what I need is more people who are philanthropic who want to join kind of this mission, more researchers who
Had
want to
you
get
talked to Jimmy about it at all, maybe?
Not yet. I mean, like he did a lot by giving me 10 million bucks.
Fair.
And I think if
I
anything,
feel like he's the guy. Like he's the guy's fucking fixing blind people.
I know, dude.
Doing everything.
It's ridiculous, all the philanthropic stuff he does. I think eventually I need to think of something creative content wise. Because again, if it's content, he'll do just about anything.
Yeah. You mean what, something content wise as far as you creating something?
Yeah, like, or like, I mean, like, how do you, like, if he said, I'm putting 2 researchers in a room for
you
180 days until you come
yeah.
out with a cure, and if they do, they get $1 million. Like that's something that I think would be cool. He could do.
Fuck.
I mean, but I think he is someone he's already helping.
Yeah.
I think he will. He's going to do a lot for humanity.
What's changed the most in your day to day since winning the money?
I mean, just
Postmate and shit all the time.
What's that?
You Postmate and shit all the time now? You just ordering food all day or what?
No, but I mean, but like not Postmate, but posting on like having to like worry about content, like because again, the whole purpose of this is how can I do an outreach, but like I didn't know how to do any of this. I'm learning like a new language.
Yeah.
I was never on TikTok, like being like a YouTube content and understanding how editing works. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this. No wonder why people want to do it. It's great, but it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
But yeah, I mean, just everyday life. It's just I get stopped when I go places now.
Really?
Which is cool. Oh yeah. I mean,
You're the guy who won that money? They don't try to rob you or what?
No.
Figure in the Bay, they try to rob you for
no,
sure.
I mean, no, I don't go downtown much. But
But
no.
Bubba T was like, nah, I'm robbing that motherfucker.
But yeah, no, like on airplanes or when I was in New York City last week and just I got stopped like 20 times just walking down the street. But it's good. It's mostly people like, oh my gosh, my girlfriend and I loved watching the show, or little kids are like, it's mostly like, it's these kids who watched it who get so excited about it, which is awesome. So I love connecting with them. But yeah, like last week I did a collaboration with Ryan Serhant from kind of owning Manhattan.
Yeah, that's the real estate guy.
Yeah, real estate guy. Like, so these things, like sitting down with you, like, dude, I've watched your show. I've watched your content.
Sick.
And so it's like the fact that like I'm sitting here is just like, it's kind of surreal.
That's cool. I appreciate that. It's fun, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely like not my normal sort of interview. I normally interview like other social media fucks or whatever, like celebrity-ish people. But this is really interesting because you had just a completely, like your life just changed like that. And then you're pushed into an industry that is like kind of weird.
It's super weird. But I mean, I've done musical theater before. Like, you know, I've been in like 2 commercials, you know, in the last 15 years. So like, I like to talk to people, so like I don't mind doing it. I just never. I was kind of like had the golden handcuffs of a job to like kind of go like, hey, honey, I think I'm going to quit my job. I want to try something else. But fortunately, I got laid off, and MrBeast did the rest.
Isn't it weird how life is just how things work, and it's also sometimes how things don't fucking work,
and how like everybody's doing the same. Like everybody has their own thing, and just. Somehow it all works out.
Yeah.
It's weird how you got your life, I got my life. We have our problems, we have our good days.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how we keep waking up.
What was the most mentally challenging part of the game besides, I guess it sounds like you had to play this sort of in between space with everyone.
Yeah, so like the challenge in episode number 3. We have to choose 2 of our friends. We do like a potato sack race. Like we think we're gonna have this awesome fun day. And then afterward, he goes, "Oh, hey, fun's over. We're gonna bring out the guards. The guards cuff. We get cuffed to each other, and we go into this room that is probably 7 feet square. It's all white lights, and we can't leave until somebody cuffs themselves to the wall and self-eliminates."
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's I didn't see that. That's actually fucking nuts.
And so
wait, how long were you in that room then?
it was 5 hours. But so yeah,
Someone quit in 5 hours?
no.
Pussy.
So here's no, but like that's what I was hoping. I was hoping it was like super endurance. Like, dude, I'll stay in there for 5 days. Like,
Yeah.
I can do any of that stuff. But there was a phone on the wall that said "Ask for anything,"
Yeah.
and that's when I asked for a phone call with Elon Musk.
Right.
Like, you can ask for anything that would help you make a decision on to eliminate yourself or do something. So,
But why would you make a decision to eliminate yourself?
If I got, because like, for example, if I got a call with Elon Musk and said, "Hey, can I take you to dinner sometime next year? I want to talk to you about crypto."
You just said, "I'll take this and get out."
Yeah,
I get it.
I get it. This is the reason I'm in. No one in my nobody got anything in our room where they would eliminate themselves. So like we're like, hey, let's just play a game of chance. Like let's just get cards or dice. And there was one girl in our room who said, "No, I'm not playing a game." We're like, okay. Like, what do you mean you're not playing a game? I don't want to play a game. So I called, pick up the phone and said, "Hey, can you send a clinical psychologist in the room?" And there was one. So a clinical psychologist sits down with us for probably 20 minutes to try to at least get her to play a game, and she wouldn't budge. So my buddy Chris, who's a stud, former kind of.
But wait, I'm trying to figure this out. So I'm just trying to I'm like the logistics of this. Like, what Jimmy just has like these people. Like, maybe this is the thing we're gonna have him waiting around, or he flew him in. Like, what the fuck?
So
that person walked right in,
probably within 20 minutes.
And, what the fuck?
So there was 80 of these cubes, and you had like windows. I looked out the window. I saw a horse.
Was someone on it?
No, someone called a horse. Someone requested a horse.
And what they get to keep the horse?
No, like so whatever you bring in your room, you can't keep.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could ask for a Rolex or a bunch of money, but you don't get to take it with you.
Yeah.
But like someone asked for a horse. People ask for puppies. People ask for fortune teller, massages, haircuts, food. It was like, dude, it was like, so this is where like my mind was totally messed up. Like I was like missing my family. It was like the first week there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like nobody, like the one girl wasn't willing to play a game. Like,
can't you just play the game without her? Everyone had to be in on it.
Well, one person has to cuff themselves to the wall. If nobody does, all three are eliminated.
So it's like you had to convince someone to basically eliminate themselves.
Yeah, or you play a game of chance. And that's what we're trying to do is like, hey, let's just play an even game of chance. Like, we're not going to play a skill game. Let's just roll dice.
And she was refusing to do that.
Refusing to do it. It was probably smart gameplay because she knew that Chris and I were good friends. And Chris and I were older, like, and we weren't like stubborn enough to kind of go, oh, screw you, we're all going to get eliminated. So at the end, Chris and I had to flip a coin to see who would get eliminated. And I won the coin. He went to the wall, cuffed himself. And that's how I was able to move on.
What the fuck?
I didn't eat for like a day and a half after this. Like I was like I walked out of there and I saw one of the production assistants. I'm like, she was like this in her 50s, sweet. I got to know her in the last week. I'm like, hey, I need a hug. Like I just felt like dirty and like.
You felt bad because you won a coin toss?
No, I just felt like it was not bad, but like how the fuck could she not play a game? Like I just felt like, what is going on? Why am I here? What am I doing? Like my kids probably need me. It was just one of these moments where I'm like, what am I doing here?
But so what if everyone if everyone refused, then everyone's out.
Yeah. And so most people played a game of chance. So there were some people who were like super altruistic, or like, hey, you know what? I want you guys to go forward. I'll cuff myself, which is crazy. And some people played games of skill, like they rolled in Mario Kart. We're playing like Mario Kart on
that TV. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, but your team had to have consensus to decide.
And like, so you had to be like, if you lose this game, you're throwing yourself out, kind of thing. Got it.
But there were some people who like lost the games and then refused to cuff themselves. And then all three of them. I mean, you have to go back and watch episode 3. Yeah, it's like diabolical.
You think that's the best one, the best episode?
I loved 8. 8 gets a little drama. I get to see my family in 8, which was cool, like a family reunion. They're all good, but like 6 through 10 is where you actually get to know the characters pretty well.
How soon after the show did they hit you with The Wire? Or was it like right before you left?
No, I had to wait 5 months.
Oh shit!
So the filming wrapped in September, but it didn't. The finale didn't air until February.
Jimmy was probably gambling to get some of that money.
Totally, yeah. He probably was. But
I feel like at that level, it's probably not even Jimmy's money. It's got to be production. Like, I don't know.
So this is like, I've watched a few of his interviews and I'm trying to like figure it out. I think from what I understand, Amazon gave MrBeast $100 million to produce the show.
Holy shit.
But I think he spent over 120 million.
So he spent his own money, 20 million already in,
totally.
and then probably gave the other 10 at the end too.
No, but yeah, so I think he probably lost 10 or 20 million on the show, but the way he looks at business is like, yeah, but how many more followers do I have now?
Yeah.
How much bigger is Feastables? I mean, dude, like he announced a couple weeks ago, Feastables is doing 200 million a year in sales
Yeah, he's crushing.
after 3 years. Have you thought about doing any consumables or anything, or do you?
Yeah. So I have obviously I have raw gear, and I'm going to relaunch my supplement company, but yeah, nothing to that level.
You creatine?
What's that?
You have creatine?
Of course. Creatine's the best supplement of all time, man.
Dude, I need to check it out.
It's incredible. Like that's one of the supplements that like it was so funny back in the day. It was like oh, you took creatine. It's like steroids. It's like what the fuck?
Or everybody was like, oh, you're gonna get water weight because I remember taking it in college. But yeah, like creatine, it's like the most widely tested supplement.
Yeah, and it's also just such a good thing for your brain, like your nootropic wise. It's just like
a cool
incredible.
Study. Did you see that Found My Fitness? Rhonda Patrick had that creatine expert said like you can take 20 grams a day.
I saw that recently.
I want someone to like tell me, is this real or not? Like
I'll start today. I'll start today.
Exactly.
I already took 5. I'll take 15 more.
Sweet.
I'll let you know. Because they would always be like, oh, it's gonna fuck your kidneys up. Like, oh, dude.
Well, that's what they're saying. It's like, and like to get to the brain, you need to kind of like dump it all in at once. Yeah.
All in at once. I'll try it. I'll try it tomorrow.
What else do you take? Like what should I be taking at my age? If I want to stay fit.
Well, how are your hormones? Are your hormones good?
Like my testosterone levels?
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah. I mean, if that's good, that's like for men as they age is one of the most like important things. If like your testosterone starts lowering, and normally that's related to diet and lifestyle choices and all kinds of stuff. Like if you're physically active, like you can maintain those levels. But a lot of men, like I don't even think they recognize it. Like that it doesn't matter what supplements you take. If your testosterone is fucked up, it's like it's a problem.
It messes everything up.
It messes everything up. Sleep, sex drive, mental acuity, everything's washed.
Is like NAD, is that good stuff?
NAD is incredible.
Okay.
I take NAD 3 times a week.
Infusion?
Yeah, I have like I get it from Transcend. I get like basically like a vial. I don't take it IV. I do it IM.
Okay.
So I'll take like like an insulin needle.
Okay.
NAD is one of the best supplements you could be taking. Creatine is one of the best supplements you could be taking. Obviously like fish oils, omegas, if you're not getting enough of that in your diet, that's also super beneficial. Sammy's another favorite of mine.
My son takes that.
Yeah. That's another like really good one. And the CoQ10 is another one that I'd highly recommend, especially as you're aging.
I love it. It's like a free consult.
Yeah, there's a ton.
Thanks, man.
No, of course. But yeah, like it's just you want to feel good, you know?
Well, and especially with Lucas, like he'll live with us forever, but barring a miracle. So it's like, but like he's also getting stronger, and like there's times where his behavior, like we just need to be able to help kind of restrain him too. So it's like I need to stay fit.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept. So it's like you have a son who eventually is going to be, because it's not going to, I'm assuming it's going to lessen somewhat of his lifespan, right?
Right now, we don't think so.
Okay, so you're going to have a son who's like 18 at some point, but with the brain of like still a child somewhat.
Totally.
And he might just fucking toss you.
And he's you're
gonna have to get jacked.
And he's already like I don't know how he's got like he eats like a bodybuilder. Eats the same thing for breakfast, same thing for lunch, same thing for dinner every day. But he's got like a little 6-pack. So like I don't know if like he takes betaine too, TMG.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that is like helping his muscles.
It's a great
get big.
supplement too.
So but yeah, I know that as he gets older, like.
And that's such a difficult life.
And he just looks like he's a beautiful little kid. Like you look at him, you'd go, man, you never know. But
because obviously when he speaks, it's like broken or
but if you see a picture of him, you go, oh, that's a handsome little kid.
Yeah.
But he that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to like I'm probably more fit now than when I was your age.
Yeah.
I was like fluffy and
because you're gonna have to. Fuck, damn.
Yeah, I got to stay strong. So like I'm trying to work out with the trainer. I need to figure out what supplements to take, and maybe I need to get jacked like you.
You should.
I really should.
Get on some TRT, take some tests.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
I sound bad saying that, but at your age, it's like whatever. You already have kids.
But if your testosterone's high, what does that do?
If your testosterone's already high, you don't need it.
Okay.
If it's already in good range, you don't necessarily need it. When it starts to get out of range, that's when it's like you definitely should look at it. Especially as
I was surprised. I mean, I got it done last year, and I'm like, I expected it to be lower. I was happy.
You must eat really well. Take care of yourself.
Well. Yeah.
You take NAD? Is that something you've been doing?
Infusions. So IV.
So you're doing more. That's expensive as fuck.
Yeah, so I did it to I just rucked across the state of California. So
The whole state,
oh,
like north to south.
no. We did.
God, God damn.
No. That would take too long. But we started in Death Valley, ended up in Ventura.
That sounds fucking fun.
It was sweet. 365 miles, and so we carried the weight of Lucas, me and my buddy, to signify that 365 days he carries the weight of CTD. So it was like a fundraiser. So like before I did that, I'm like, what do I do? And they're like, hey, like,
you camped and stuff, obviously, right?
Yeah, we had an RV, which was fun.
Damn, that sounds fun, man.
Yeah. Next time, especially if we do it in California.
I got that Sprinter right there.
I saw that.
Yeah,
thing. I need to rent
That's
it.
exactly what it's for,
dude. It
disappearing.
We had so much fun, and I'd never been to Death Valley. I'd never been to all these valleys, Kern Valley. It was beautiful. It was a ton of fun. But I did a big bolus of NAD, like 3 of them in like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
my feet were perfect. My recovery was awesome. I hardly stretched.
Stretching.
I know, but seriously, it was one of these things where I'm like, I don't know what it is that made me feel so good at the end, but like maybe it was the NAD.
Yeah, or just maybe what you were doing it for, probably.
Or like, or
the purpose of it. That's definitely the thing that keeps you going.
I think, from a mindset perspective, for sure. But my recovery was, I got back and my wife was like, you're going to be like in bed for like 2 days. I got back and I was like, I'm good.
Have you ever been a gym bro in your lifetime?
No.
Damn, what?
I do like, I have a trainer, but it's all virtual, but I have like, I do sandbags and dumbbells, but I've never like, I played college football, so I did a lot of like cleans and presses then, which I loved, but I've never gone like, I got a buddy, we're going for an hour and a half, 5 days a week.
Are you into any sort of like sports, like like skiing, snow, any like extreme sports like that?
I'll ski, but no, like since Lucas, my kind of extracurricular social life has kind of gone away.
Yeah,
but
that definitely got to make it. So when you won the money and you went on the vacation, what did you have someone watch your son? You brought him with you?
Oh no, of course he comes with us.
Yeah,
and he's he was taking some swim lessons. So he gross motor, he can run, skip, jump. So that's like you see him, you're like, oh, everything's fine. It's the cognitive piece,
communication,
the speech piece, fine motor skills. He's 7. He's still in diapers, so not potty trained.
Yeah, but
he's I'm telling you, man, you would love him. He's like the sweetest boy. A ton of fun. So yeah, he had an absolute blast because we were taking swim lessons. Obviously, he's wearing the kind of floaties, but he loved the pool, loved the ocean.
And you have another son?
Yeah, his older brother.
How old is he? 12, you said?
No, he's 9.
9.
But he's like, I think he's like a gym bro in training. Like he loves doing push-ups.
Does he ever ask you why his younger brother is the way he is?
Yeah, he's a pretty wise kid. But he's asked like, why is our family like this? Or like, why can't I have a normal brother?
Yeah.
Which is hard, but these are great conversations to ask versus like thinking about it and not tell anybody.
Yeah.
But we have a good relationship with God, and it's like, hey, like there's a reason for it and we got to figure out what it is. But at the same day, we live next door to my wife's sister. They have 2 boys that are around the same age. So like my oldest son gets to have Lucas as his brother, but also he has 2 brothers essentially that are cousins who live next door. Yeah.
So your mission is to try to like, all this is to kind of figure out how to make your son's life better, it sounds like.
Yeah, and it's more than my son. It's other kids with CTD. So like the condition, in a perfect world is, can we get to a world in 10 years where if you're born with it, it's no big deal. You get diagnosed, you get a treatment, whether it's gene therapy or you actually have a treatment that you can take every day or every other day. That's the ultimate goal. Lucas looks at me and is like, dude, Dad, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy. So it'd be great to help his life, but it's also to like,
everyone else.
Can Lucas and I leave a legacy where we eradicate this disease?
Yeah. Do they know what causes it?
So it's usually X-linked. X-linked means the moms are the carrier. There's just a ton of genetic diseases.
Yeah.
Not to scare you away from having kids.
No.
But like we did all the genetic testing. My wife and I did. None of this came up because she's not a carrier. So spontaneous mutation in utero. So while he was in my wife's belly, somehow spontaneously the gene got got misspelled.
Yeah.
And just made it defective.
So crazy.
It is. But it makes you realize how like things have to go perfect
Yeah.
to like create a life. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, have you ever been in late labor, childbirth? You ever seen it?
I wish I never was, but yes, I was. I saw my mom give birth to my half sister, and that was the most traumatic experience of my life.
How old were you?
I think I was like around 12.
Yes.
It was the worst thing ever. I was like, I wish I never did that. Cause I'll tell you the story. Basically, she was like, you know how like they're giving birth and they have these like big, I don't know, I don't call them tarps, but they were like some medical curtains.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, my mom is like this. And I was before I was completely traumatized, I was at her side holding her hand. And then something in me was like, I want to see what that looks like. And I wish I never did that. Because I looked around the corner and I was like, oh, it was just the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. This was just like fucking.
Especially your mom. You
Yeah.
know, like,
I wish I never did that.
My first, I didn't look. You know, I kind of like, you know, all my friends, hey, don't look. It's going to change everything. Second one, I looked. It didn't change it. It was awesome. But I literally thought my wife's vagina was turning inside out.
Dude,
like I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, what is that? Is it? And like, that's your son's head. It's coming. I'm like, what? Like, what am I looking at? Like,
yeah.
Childbirth was the most. It was awesome. Like I thought I was gonna be sitting there like texting my family updates. I was in there. I was massaging. I was like getting in there. It's pretty cool.
It's probably different when it's your girl.
Of course. Yeah, I do not want to see. Now I have a picture of my mom. I do not want to see my mom give birth.
Yeah. That was not it for me,
No,
man.
yes.
That was a fucking traumatic experience. I have like it's like seared into my memory. I wish I could get it out.
You need to go do ayahuasca or something.
I've done it.
You need to
I was
do it
gonna again. I was gonna ask you, have you ever done anything like that?
No. I've looked into doing like kind of like a guided psilocybin. Like I don't want to do anything and like go to like Coachella.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather like
ironically, I'm going to Coachella tomorrow.
Oh, you are? Oh, sweet.
And I'm for sure gonna take
yes,
mushrooms.
dude. But the first time I do it, like I want to like be on a couch with a guide who's like helping me process something.
Right. Well, there's a real. I've done it every way you can think of,
Yeah.
but anytime I did it in a way where I put like real intention into why I was doing it and how I was doing it, completely different experience. Like absolutely, I recommend like because I've done microdosing a lot, which is not like you're not like tripping and kind of out of your mind a little bit, and even ayahuasca. But every time I did it in a more meaningful way, and there's more guidance and there's more like intention into what you're doing, you get so much more out of it.
Well, and I think it's just, at least for someone who's never done it, a good training wheels versus like I'm out in the middle of nowhere, like freaking out.
Yeah. Well, yes, I would say the stepping stone to sort of the DMT ayahuasca thing is.
So you've done DMT?
Well, ayahuasca.
Okay. I mean,
Which is it's a version. Like that's the same sort of chemical in a different kind of like input way.
did you do that?
I watched my friend smoke DMT once, and then I was like, doing that.
That's the one where like you feel like you're going on a rocket ship, right?
Well, I've never done that. I've never smoked DMT. I watched my friend smoke DMT out of a crack pipe, and the second I saw him come back after like 15 minutes, cause he smoked it and he like handed it off to me, and he like went like this, and his eyes were doing this. 15 minutes go by, and I was like, "What was it like?" And he was like, "How long was it?" And I was like, 15 minutes. And he was like, "It could have been a whole life." And I was like, "I'm not doing that, bro."
No.
He literally was like, because I was gonna go next. Because I was like, "You go first." He came back, and I was like, "Nah, no, dude."
Yes,
because 15 minutes, and his perception was like, it could have been forever. He said,
I don't want to do that. Yeah. But with ayahuasca, like, do you do it with a shaman, or is it like?
I did it with a shaman.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I'd recommend it in that fashion, and not like some weird LA. You gotta like find someone who's like actually from one of these
Peru,
jungles,
Costa Rica.
Yeah, Costa Rica, Colombia, where they actually do the ceremonially. Because this is a thing that people have done for thousands and thousands of years ceremonially. Like it's a whole deep into that like indigenous culture, and they really do that. And that's the way I decided to do it.
And did you get what you wanted out of it?
It's a good question. Yes, I feel like there's more to sort of unpack. I think the first time I did it, I had so much fear of doing it that like I kind of was just dealing with that fear of doing it and just having done it. And like most of my experience was like my anxiety related to the fear of doing it.
Yeah, like, am I going to shit myself? Am I going to throw up? Am I not going to come out?
No,
of
it was like, am I gonna? It's gonna change. Like, what if it changes me forever and I'm never? And because I remember there was a moment where I was in it and I was like, this is it. This is my life now. I'm never gonna be the same again.
Yeah,
They're gonna tell stories about there's that influencer guy. Yeah, he took ayahuasca. He lost his shit. He's gone.
He donated all of his
yeah, or just
equipment.
I was never gonna come back. I just like what?
But you hear that now, where like a lot of these like CEOs of tech companies are like, they do some type of trip, and they kind of go, no, I'm done.
Yeah,
Which is weird because like I mean, like I like my life, but I also would like to explore other areas.
yeah.
Like,
I was just looking to sort of get clarity in just spaces of my life that I had a hard time with, just like interpersonal relationships and like love life and be, you know, in relationship to losing my father. And I was just trying to get clarity with like that and being okay with death. And that's so I could answer, did I get what I want out of it? It took more time afterwards. It's not like you just get it and you get out and you're like, oh, my life's perfect now. It's like, it has this kind of weird sort of
Residual effect.
yes, where over time you start to go, oh, and then you'll notice things in your life or, you know, ways that you interact with people. You're like, you're way quicker to be like, wait, well, that's not healthy. What am I doing?
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing that I got out of it. And then also too, the moment where I remember being in it, in this, I had this weird realization of like being alive or being dead, because I had so much fear of like life and death that I had this weird, like, it's okay either way. And I had never had that feeling in my life. It was never okay either way.
Yeah.
I was always like, that's the most terrifying thing in the world. And I'm so afraid of it, was death. But I got to this point in the trip where I was like, it almost felt like it's the same. It sounds like a weird thing to say, but it felt like life and death were the same. Obviously, we know it's not the same exact thing, but it felt like it made me almost like certain that there's just this cycle that it's okay.
And it allows you to live your life probably different too.
For sure. Yeah.
Did you go down there with friends? Like, were you, or was it like on your own, or like?
Yeah, I did a private ceremony.
Okay.
Yeah, with friends here. I had them fly out and do it.
Well, that's kind of good because it would freak me out to like, I'm by myself. I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
You should definitely try it.
I need to explore.
I think you'd love it, but maybe do the psilocybin first. It's a little bit of a
let's do some
step
change.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's amazing, man. I loved it.
That's what I've heard. I mean, I've heard especially people go in with kind of at least good intentions. You might see some shit you don't want to, but
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you're supposed to just, whatever it is, you are supposed to see it, because that's the real thing of it that is so significant, is whatever the thing is that you're like most resistant to, that you probably know in your heart that you shouldn't be or you should allow, it like slams it right in front of your face, which is like you need that.
Yeah, totally.
Because humans are just masters at avoiding everything, avoiding the problem, avoiding the issue, and this medicine makes it just like you can't even look around it.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's scary because that's the truth, but that's the truth that you have to go towards.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
I loved it, man. Fully recommend it. I mean, again, it's not just don't randomly take this with some random friend, but do it in a way that's ceremonial for sure. Definitely.
So you mentioned you flew friends down there. Like, you do a lot of I mean, obviously now you have a great platform. I'm sure you do really well. Like, you go on trips with friends around the world?
No, man, no. I work so damn much. That's one of my problems, is like separating from the work.
But you love what you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely love what I do. 100%.
And so do you take vacations?
No.
Oh my gosh.
No. I just like continue to work. I'll take little breaks.
Yeah,
where I'll
like a
so I got the van, like I'll disappear for a few days and just like sit in the desert somewhere by myself.
Well, this is what's cool about California is, I mean, there's some really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough to bitch about California, but like there's some amazing places.
Yeah. If you drive up the 395, you were kind of talking about it earlier, like places when you hiked across Death Valley, you drive up the 395, there's so many places that are just fucking beautiful that you wouldn't even think of. Like on the eastern side of the Sierra, it's just like a different world over there. Like some of the, like, it's funny because I remember driving through, I forgot what it was. And I got on TikTok and I saw this TikTok of like where I was, and I had passed it, and I was like all the way back home, and I saw this like, it's like this beautiful lake and like mountain. And I was like, fuck, I was like 5 minutes from there.
I was there.
And it was just over there. I just didn't go in that direction. It's fucking crazy. California is amazing. Obviously, that's the one thing it's amazing for, and for everything else, it's kind of fucking wild.
Yeah, but I think the good news, like, I feel like we've kind of hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Like it's got to go up from here.
You hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's good people. It's beautiful, but
Yeah.
like, hopefully we get a little better.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
We'll see. I
It's
know.
a political atmosphere of like weird shit that, I think it'll get better. I hope so.
Me too.
It has everything, man. Which
So you
really,
live in California your whole life.
yeah, San Francisco.
Yeah.
School in San Francisco. I told you, my home is in Pacifica. So that's like, I spent a lot of time in San Mateo.
Yeah, I mean we are
Neighbors.
totally
It's
neighbors.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
That area is beautiful, man. But I guess when I go back there, I do appreciate it a lot more now.
San Mateo is great. San Mateo, you get all walks of life. You get blue collar. You get people who are obviously making a ton of money.
Yeah.
It's just, it for me. I'm a Midwest guy.
Yeah.
San Mateo feels like.
Would
home.
you ever move back? I feel like your 10 million go way farther
Oh my
somewhere
God,
else.
go so much further.
Why do you not? Why do you not?
We have a good like with Lucas and his kind of support system.
yeah, that you told me the next door.
Next door,
Yeah.
we have a great kind of caretaker who helps out with Lucas too. Is like one of his best friends. So just got a good little support system. It's like, yeah, I could have saved money on taxes. I could do this, but it's like then again, I love Ohio, but like we're living in Ohio.
Yeah.
So like it's just maybe someday.
Yeah.
My dream would be to cohabitate, like to live there 3 months out of the year, California night.
What's your plan? I guess it's to raise awareness, but do you have any idea of what you want to do in the social media space now besides just podcast?
I mean, I like the rucking across California was a ton of fun. Like I like the kind of endurance kind of challenges.
Yeah.
So I'll
So you
probably
have to be David Goggins or what?
No, I can't do that. No, I'm not that hard.
Yeah.
But just like doing kind of a couple fundraisers a year that are
Yeah.
like endurance or challenge based would be fun. And just kind of like doing like family content.
Yeah.
I think even inspiring people to be a dad and to be a good dad is like, man, I've done a lot of cool things in my life, but being a dad is by far the coolest.
Yeah.
And even a dad to a rare disease special needs kid, it's hard, but it's like so fulfilling.
Yeah. It's beautiful, man. Do you have any other good questions for me?
Yeah.
You had some good questions.
Oh, dude, I'll ask you a ton.
Go ahead, try it.
So I'm, when you have, how many total followers do you have
I don't know,
across
fucking
platforms?
15 or 20 million or something like
Okay,
that. I
so
don't know.
yeah, so it is really hard that like if you got set up on a blind date or you found someone online, like they're gonna know who you are.
Yeah.
How do you meet someone and have them like you for you?
I don't know if you could do that anymore. Because even if I did, let's say, for example, I was dating, right? And how quickly in a conversation do people go, "Oh, what do you do?"
Yeah.
And I go, "Oh, I film YouTube videos."
Yeah,
They're already going to know my name at that point.
yeah, you can't block them.
And then at some point, it's they could just go on Google.
And then so like, how quickly are you able to kind of discern like, oh, she doesn't like me, she likes status or money or
I don't know. I think that's where it becomes difficult because then I don't know.
because like if I were in your shoes, it'd be like a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Like, do they like me or what do they like? Are they trying to get to someone else?
Yeah, that's been the harder thing as far as dating later on, like throughout this whole experience of social media is that, I'm not the most popular person in the entire world, right? I'm not like everywhere in the world, but if the minute you kind of explain your circumstance to someone, it's really easy to figure out, oh, this person has they have a platform and they have this and they're going to assume other things come with that, like money or whatever. And
Well,
then
you got on my algorithm a couple years ago, and I have no clue how. So it's like
fuck yes.
yeah. So, but it's my point is like I'm not a gym bro. Obviously, fitness is important to me, but like you showed up, I'm like, oh, who's this guy?
So
All
I'm
right.
doing it, making enough fucking content. Hell
Well,
yeah.
exactly. So yeah, what's your ideal kind of girl look like? Sound like? What's
One
the
that
story?
likes to stay home and make sandwiches. No, man, I want someone that is passionate about something. They don't need to be fucking making all this money. Just someone who cares about something and they're working on something in their own life. I think that's the most important thing in a partner because it's
Are
like,
you able to find that? I mean, have you?
yeah. That's the harder part is, you could find hot people, this and that, but like, does someone actually care about something outside of just themselves?
Yeah.
Because then that that gives them a purpose that is outside of, their partner, me in that case, or you in whatever your case, where it's like you want someone that is not just dependent on you fully. Not that like I wouldn't want to support whoever I'm with, but it's you want them to have something that they care about.
Well, and they want to have a life outside of you. Because one of the cool things about a relationship and a marriage is like you're a witness to each other's journey.
Yeah.
And you guys, at least for my wife and I, like you slowly kind of take on traits of the other, and that's a way to love them. Like my wife's become more spontaneous because I'm adventurous and spontaneous. I become kind of more responsible because that's a value to her. So it's like, but it's just finding someone that at least you have shared values with, and like they want, to your point, like want to go after something, whether it's saving the environment or like wanting to be the fucking
anything. Just something outside of themselves. It's not just about,
So how do you meet girls?
It's always been funny for me because I think because I'm so entrenched in work that it's like it normally just happens through like happenstance of like, oh, there's a person here.
Like a guest might have a friend. Oh, you need to meet Natalie.
So, anything like that. Because like and truthfully too, even beyond that, my whole life, I own a gym here in Encino, and I've owned a gym for like the last 9 years. So my whole life has been involved in the gym. Like even all my friendships have come from the gym. So it's like I mostly meet people from the gym, but sometimes you could fall in that circumstance. Like if you're talking about women, where it's like it's not always. Sometimes people are just more vain, right? It's how you look.
Yeah.
So you might find yourself in situations with people that are just like more caring about how they look than real sort of.
And so how often do you at the gym? Often?
Yeah. Normally
Every day.
For the last couple, I'm not gonna lie, last couple months I've been fucking terrible. I don't know. I go in there and I'm like, fuck, what am I doing?
Oh man.
It's weird because the gym's been my life, my entire life since I was 15.
But is it like when you walk in, like are people like, is it like a cool gym where people are like, hey, nobody's looking at each other, they're just there to work? Or like, are people like, oh, there's Bradley?
It's a mix of both.
Okay.
Because it's my gym. Yeah. So like I'll have people who will show up and be like, I want to take a picture. And that's fine. But yeah, sometimes it's like, because I own the gym, there's that I show up to work out, but then I'm like, I'm in boss mode. Like, why is this like that? Why is that?
Like, why is the bathroom not clean?
Yeah. Like, well, I've got to fix that again. Like, and then you're trying to work out, but then someone else comes and be, oh, by the way, we got to fix this. I'm like, oh, fuck. So it's sometimes like I hate to say that. Sometimes I'll get better workouts when I don't go there because I'm not getting distracted by the work side of the business,
That's cool.
So, but it's like, it's good. I mean, my whole life, I think everything I've ever gotten that's great has been some version from the gym.
And you've helped build people up through your gym too, right? Like there's
of course, other influencers, other people's whole careers.
Like who is like one like you're kind of most proud of, or you're happy for them?
Probably Sarah Safari. Yeah, she's a good friend of mine. We have a podcast together. She's loyal. She's a good person.
Does she still work out at your gym?
Yeah,
she's hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where have you seen her at?
On your content.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, your content. I think it was like probably 4 or 5 years ago, or I don't know. It all mixes up with COVID. I can't tell time.
Yeah, COVID. Fuck. COVID is something that really made me feel like, damn, where'd the fucking time go?
It's because it lasted 3 years, or whatever. Especially in California, I was like, but like 2019 was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It seems like 2 years ago to me.
Yeah, it really fucked my perception of time up. I don't know, because people say that to me before, and then I was like, what are you talking about? And now I look back at it, I'm like, oh, that's why I felt like I was fucking like, I don't even know how old, like fucking 30. Next, I'm 35. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Now you're like pretty much an old man.
Yeah, now I'm fucking super unk. Fuck. That's what they call me on the internet. They call me unk. Sucks. They probably call you grandpa.
Dude, I mean,
it's because you got gray hair.
But that's one of the things, like at Beast Games, like I was obviously one of the older people.
Yeah.
But I became friends with these like 20-year-olds.
Did they call you unk?
No. They should have. But like then I realized, I'm like, oh, I could be your dad. Like I literally could be your dad if I had kids right out of college.
That's why you beat him at that fucking game.
I think it
helped.
helped.
Fucking sunned him.
Well, yeah. Well, I think it was a little bit of wisdom.
Yeah, maybe you were flying under the radar, and they're like, "Wait, what the fuck?"
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, I can't take out this old man."
Yeah. That shit probably. I wonder. I think it helped.
I don't think it hurt me, and like I like getting to know people. Like being interested in others. So like I made some good friends. Like I didn't make any enemies. That certainly helped.
Yeah. Do you think they would let you do the second show?
I don't know. I kind of contemplated applying to kind of go, oh, you got to take my belt. Oh, you.
Well,
you
I think they would because it's so cool. It just because it kind of reminds me of the whole Squid Games thing. You know how that guy came back?
Yeah.
They should let you come back.
I know, but
sick.
But part of me is like, I kind of want to retire on top, like the largest.
You're like me, competitive.
Yeah, so
you like don't want to lose.
Oh boy, I don't want to go in there like, oh, you lost because like you built a tower and it fell down. Like what?
Yeah.
No. So it's I've thought about it, but right now I haven't decided to do it. Are you going to do it?
I think you've convinced me to want to do it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think you have to.
Yeah.
I think it'll be great for you, but like also like I think you'll have a ton of fun. I mean, you're competitive. I can feel it.
Yeah.
You're also like a business owner and you run a bunch of different companies. Like you can see things that other people can't. Like you can peek around the corner to know what's coming.
Yeah.
Like
I think I'm going to do it.
Yes.
I'll donate some of the money to your thing once you have it sorted too.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. What else? So you're just in LA for this? Or are you doing other shows or what?
I was on CBS right before here. KCal.
CBS.
Yeah.
Shit, mainstream media.
Dude,
Did they tell you what to say?
No, it was great. No, it was one of the sports reporters for a sports podcast.
Okay, cool.
And then earlier was Access Hollywood.
Nice.
So kind of a full
media tour.
Full day. Yeah.
Do you like LA?
It's grown on me. I used to come here for work for like 10 years ago, and I didn't like it. Probably because I just like bought into people in the Bay going, "Oh, LA sucks." And then like,
there's that rivalry.
Oh yeah, it's weird. But then I'm like, oh, I like LA. Like it's got good food. It's got like just every neighborhood is different.
Yeah.
Traffic sucks, but other than that, it's there's good people. You know.
You know, my least favorite thing in the entire world is traffic. Dead serious.
You need to get a helicopter or something.
How
much more do you have to make to get a helicopter?
I mean, I could get a helicopter. I just also it's
a little scary.
Yeah. You know, you've seen one of the greats go down in a helicopter, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
Because if they could take him, they could take me tomorrow with that shit.
You ever skydive?
No. I'm so afraid of that.
Would you do it?
I would. Me and my mom talked about doing it. I'm afraid of that. I'm so afraid of heights.
Gosh, yeah, you're gonna love Beast Games then.
What, they got heights in that bitch?
I'm sure they will. Now that they heard you, they're gonna change the challenge.
Nah. I love heights. They're the best.
I've never skydived, but I'd love to. Like,
I'll try it. I think I'll have to try it before I die.
Well, especially if your mom wants to do it, that's like a cool thing to do together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the reason why I always stayed away from skydiving is because I'd find out that it was like you have to be a certain weight, and I was always over the weight limit, and so it's like sketchy.
So how tall are you? What do you weigh?
I was 6'3", 260. So they're like the weight limit's weirdly close to that. You have to get like a midget on your small person on your back.
Did you ever grapple with Demetrious Johnson?
No, I never did it. I never did it.
That just reminded me.
That's funny. I love the internet lore viral clips.
But like, were you going? Like, you were going to?
I don't even know if that was gonna ever happen or not. Like, it was just saying it on a fucking podcast
because he is like,
he is the GOAT at fucking grappling,
and I'm a huge UFC fan.
Yeah,
and so like, and obviously like, muscle and strength.
What would happen is this: I would be good for a minute. But I would be fucking gassed.
Well, and there's also so many submissions. Like he just has to get a limb.
Well, yeah, like, and he's one of the best at that.
He is the best.
Yeah,
like he did this one kind of flying arm bar, like where he jumped and grabbed the arm. Like how?
Yeah, I guess a fucking ninja.
Do you do any martial arts?
I train, yeah. Okay, but it's like I'd have to do it my whole life to be able to compete at that level with someone like that. I just think for me the hardest part in that is just obviously I don't know enough technique to know where to go next. In a lot of cases with someone like that who knows all the technique to know it's like 10 steps ahead of you. And then the cardio. I would just be, because if I just try to use brute force, it's like, I'm gassed.
Yeah,
and
you got 90 seconds.
And then he's like, gotcha.
What, do you still play video games?
Oh, yeah.
What do you play?
Playing Marvel Rivals.
Okay.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals, Call of Duty. Marvel Rivals is probably the best game out right now, though. Call of Duty.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's you've heard of Overwatch?
Yeah.
It's just like that, but with superheroes.
What platform?
It's on all platforms.
Okay.
But it's like Call of Duty is great, but they just still don't fix the cheating. You know, I'm convinced.
So
I have a conspiracy. Yeah, Call of Duty. And I have a conspiracy for Call of Duty because that game is one of the most it's one of the most popular games. It has the most money, like tons of money. And since the game has been out, they still have not fixed cheating. I'm convinced, this is a little conspiracy theory.
I love this.
That the developers who develop Call of Duty also develop and sell the cheats, and that's why they're not fixing the cheats. That's why they're not keeping the cheats out of the game.
I mean, so you think it's
Because it's a massive industry.
and it's like a black market?
100%. I
So
think, yeah.
you think the devs on the side, or it's like, hey, we know you're going to do this, like whoever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how deep it is, but I think it's like whoever is. No, I think it's the game itself because
Well, it has to be. I mean, how else do you get these leaks? Like it has to.
Well,
Like,
it's just there's so many other games that fix cheats except this fucking game. It's like they just don't give a fuck. And people have been complaining about it for 10 years. They just don't give a shit.
Tell me another conspiracy theory you have.
About in life?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Maybe a new one.
I mean, the deepest one is like the black pill of just our government just fucking hates us, and it doesn't matter who's the president.
Well,
it's the same thing forever.
I don't think that's a conspiracy theory.
It's just the truth, right?
It's
sad, dude.
But I think the last 10
I just think
years-
it's the same body, two different hands. This one looks better. This one looks shinier, but it's the same mind doing the same thing at the end.
The way I equate it is like the NFL. Like if you're an NFL owner, like if you're the owner of a team and they go 0-16 or 0-17, guess what? They're still making $30 million a year.
Yeah.
Obviously, they want to win the Super Bowl, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're still making money. So, like, yeah, I think the government's been really unique the last 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
But at least now people get it.
Yeah, a lot more people are trying to talk about it. It's just like, man, how do you surmount something so insurmountable? It's just like it's so developed, it's so deep. There's so many webs going in so many different directions that are just like, I mean, even now you see the Doge, and they're like, all this fraud, and it's like they're cutting all these things, all these costs were fraud, and like money was just given to random people, and there's money where they don't even know where it's going, and they can't even track it. And it's like, well, why though? Why? And then how are we not arresting all these people that have just been fucking robbing us forever?
Yeah, and it's like I think part of it is like, how do you administer justice? And like if you administer justice, the public has to accept it. It's not like, hey, we're gonna arrest these people, but if the public is not ready to kind of go, oh my gosh, this is real, then you have rebellions. And so like I think to try to fix it, you have to be super delicate.
Yeah, I just watched this. I was watching this movie last night called 2073 or something like that, and it's like it's like how the world just goes to shit, and there's like drones are just like it almost looks like where we're going.
It's kind of. I mean, I don't love AI, but like I think AI is going to be net positive.
I hope so.
I think I don't think it'll be all good, but I think it'll be mostly good.
I think for some time it will.
I think full self-driving. I think, but you think like Neuralink, full self-driving, AI. Like the next 5 years, like whenever you have kids, when your kids are 18, this world's gonna be so different.
Yeah, I hope it's good though.
Would you? Yeah, I do too.
I hope it's not like, bro, because okay, if we just talked about how the government is so terrible, right, in so many ways of control, and it's almost like deceit and taking tax money and putting it here. It's like, why is it going there, but it's still going there? It's like all these different things, right? Well, who's going to control the AI? It's the same group of people who have all the money, and it's like, it doesn't that just further the speed of which they're able to do the same thing they've been doing at now an even crazier degree?
I know.
So it's like, is it going to be better? In like, it's like face value in a lot of ways. I think it'll be better, but like at the end of the day, it's like
whoever's in control of it, and yeah, I mean like,
and I'm not talking about for the record, I'm not talking about just like the United States government. I'm talking about all government and all superpowers. It's all acting and sort of as one.
Well, it takes a special person to have power and not use it kind of maliciously. Like you have to restrict. You have to go, okay, I could easily give money to my friends. I could easily oppress people who've screwed me over in the past. You have to like restrict that. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to do it for the betterment of society. And I think it takes a really special person to do it.
Yeah.
And people.
I just don't know if that's
possible.
I don't know if that's possible.
No, yeah. I mean, the optimist in me crosses my fingers. But if not.
I hope so. I do hope so.
It could get ugly.
Yeah. I think that's where it's going. I give it 20 years. It's a shit show. I think it's going to be a shit show in 20 years.
Well, maybe that's why we got to go to Mars.
Yeah.
There's no chance you would go to Mars.
Oh, I'd love to go to Mars.
Okay, so you're scared of heights, but you would go on a rocket ship to Mars.
Yeah, well, because like I'm not, my fear of heights is like
dropping.
When you go like this over a building,
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
I just want to go to the window.
I mean,
I just be as long as I'm in the rocket.
have you been to the Grand Canyon?
No, I haven't. I need to go there.
Okay.
I can't do the look over. I'm like, nah.
Oh,
But I can do the look over. My feet go, they tingle.
It's scary.
Literally, oh, it's the weirdest feeling in the world. No, I must have had some ancestors that just fell off a cliff and died or something. Straight up, I'm convinced that I was, in another life, I was pushed off a cliff or something.
But you'll go to Mars, which is awesome.
Yeah, because, because like you're in a ship. I don't got to go to the window.
Yeah, and it's tested. And like, guess
Hopefully.
what? If it doesn't work, like it's probably going to be quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
But
that's a sick way to go out, too. If you died like in a rocket ship, it's
in
like,
space, yeah.
like if it's better than just getting hit in a car accident, RIP to anyone in a car accident, but
It's weird for me to think of that we actually, in our lifetime, will have people on Mars. Because I
yeah.
don't even know like how far away it is. Like I don't know like what the living, like obviously it's not oxygen. Like I don't know enough about it, but like to think that we could live on another planet is crazy to me.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know, man. The AI and the robot shit just trips me out. That blend of human and machine.
Yeah, I think it's happening.
Damn, like, yeah, because like it sounds like for your son almost like imagine if there was a scenario where, for example, the Neuralink thing just
I know
fixed him.
it's weird.
It feels like that's not that far off.
I think about that a lot. Like, what would it be like if he's like just normal? Like, hey, Dad, what's for dinner?
Dude, I honestly think like that shit could happen in your like for real in your lifetime.
I agree, and so this is like what my wife and I are like. Hey, like there's not much we can do for his brain right now, but we can work on his heart. Like we can like give him a ton of love. We can make sure he's laughing and smiling. So like my thing is like, can I nurture his heart so one day when we do get creatine to the brain or like a miracle like that happens, he's like
just plug it in and signal the gene properly.
He's a good kid with a good foundation in his soul and his heart that his brain now works. Which would be sweet.
He'd be just like 10 years behind, but doesn't mean he
if
couldn't catch up.
We'll have to go to Death Valley in your Sprinter with him.
Yes, take some ayahuasca.
Yes,
fuck yeah, that'd be awesome.
Dude, that'd be sweet.
Hey, just imagine, dude. That'd be
because
it's possible, dude.
But that's the crazy thing about any of these like, cures or treatments. Like the wisdom for these treatments is here.
It is 100%.
You just have to uncover it, and that's why like ayahuasca or like people probably do it and kind of go, "Oh my gosh, this is the answer to X, Y, and Z."
Yeah,
like that stuff drives me crazy. It's like weird to think that everything has always been here.
Yeah, really fucking strange, man. Well, bro, it's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
It's been a pleasure to meet you. I'm looking forward to winning the Strong and Smart Beast game so that I can donate to your charity for your son.
That'd be awesome.
I
mean, I'll be behind you. I'll put the belt on you.
Yeah.
Dana White style.
Yeah.
How sweet would that be?
Oh, I love it. It's beautiful, man. Nah, I'm it was cool talking to you. I'm glad that you're doing this, and it seems like for all the right reasons,
Cool.
We were joking earlier that we were convinced you were a plant, but now we're convinced that you're not.
I've seen that online a couple times, and I love how your first one. I'm like, a plant? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I was curious. I would have been able to. I honestly am convinced you're not a plant now.
Yeah,
but like I would have known.
You think like Jimmy, like from MrBeast team.
Yeah, like how people do fake ass giveaways, and I'm not saying MrBeast is that guy, but I'm like, well, what if they were like, yo, this is like an executive guy, and
but it is. But like on paper, it's like a rare disease dad who gets laid off from his job to win $10 million to help fund his son. On paper, it's like literally. I talked to one of the producers from Amazon. He goes, we couldn't have scripted something better.
Kinda. Well, I mean, that could have been the script.
No, but meaning like, how do you like? But like, obviously, you'll do Beast games too, and you'll see like how much chance there is in it. Like it's not just one in 1,000 I won. It's like one in some statistician watching can tell us, but like it's absurd.
Yeah, I actually wonder what that is.
Yeah, so for me, like I think it was more divine than anything. It was kind of like, hey, all right, it's your time. Go do some good with this.
Sounds like
go help your son.
It's a blessing.
But it's on paper, it was like perfect.
Yeah, that's why the plant joke's funny because it's like, this is too good to be true.
Trust me, I pinch myself. It's awesome.
I'm proud of you, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.